Good evening and a very warm welcome to Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with the news tonight. Let us begin by taking a look at the top stories of the day. Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets CEOs of top US companies over breakfast, explains Make in India mantra to them. Emotional scenes at the Raj Bhavan in Chennai. O. Paneerselvam takes oath as the new Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Campaigning picks up after scrutiny of nominations ends in Maharashtra and Haryana. Riot police withdraw as crowds of protesters calling for democracy swell in Hong Kong. And a good day for India at the Asian Games in Incheon. 2 more gold medals added to the kitty in discus throw and tennis. Let us begin with the day's big story. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday met the captains of the US industry. He explained his plans for big-ticket investments to develop India's infrastructure and create more jobs. Modi is believed to have pitched the India story in his individual interactions with them. Prime Minister Modi is scheduled to meet US President Barack Obama at a dinner hosted by him.
A power breakfast with the Indian Prime Minister for 11 of the most influential CEOs of US. The business bigwigs included, among others, Google's Eric Schmidt, Citigroup CEO Michael Corbett and Indra Nooyi of PepsiCo. The meeting was aimed at helping business leaders understand Modi's vision for the Indian economy and his plans to attract FDI to India.
It's a real game changer that the Prime Minister is signaling because it directly links with the Make in India program that we are talking about.
The other highlight of the Prime Minister's day in Washington was a scheduled dinner date with US President Barack Obama. Obama has said that he's keen to see a strategic relationship with India, that he called one of the defining partnerships of the 21st century. The dinner meeting comes a day after Modi's speech at the Madison Square Garden that got a rousing reception in the US.
It is really very important that he's having yet another important dinner for India. And it shows how much he values the bilateral relationship.
On Sunday, Modi met his Israeli counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu in New York in a bid to strengthen bilateral ties and the strategic dialogues between the two countries. Netanyahu was in New York to attend United Nations General Assembly, where Modi also addressed a session.
India and Israel have a very robust relationship. Our economic ties have been growing rapidly. We have currently a trade of approximately $6 billion and growing very rapidly.
Modi also met Tulsi Gabbard, the first Hindu-American in the US Congress, in New York on Sunday. A Democrat congresswoman from Hawaii, Gabbard is a strong supporter of Modi.
The Prime Minister has invited her to come to India at a time when we can work out mutually convenient. She also discussed her approach towards issues of defense.
Gabbard is the first practicing Hindu-American in the Congress who took her oath on the Bhagavad Gita. She had spoken to Modi and congratulated him after he won the parliamentary elections in May. Gabbard was also reportedly involved in the planning of Modi's visit to the US. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And back home, O. Paneerselvam was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu on Monday in a somber ceremony at the Raj Bhavan. Peaceful protests continued in Tamil Nadu for the third day as Jayalalitha's lawyers moved the High Court against her conviction in a corruption case.
Emotional scenes at the Raj Bhavan in Chennai, betraying a sense of helplessness. AIADMK ministers gathered for the oath-taking of the new Chief Minister. For a party that sees Jayalalitha as the supreme leader, the ceremony was a grim affair, exemplified by a teary-eyed new Chief Minister himself. Just about to be sworn in, Paneerselvam placed a photograph of the party leader on the podium. His new cabinet ministers took the oath of office with tears rolling down their faces. But party workers and supporters are not accepting defeat yet. Protest and fast continued across Tamil Nadu and Coimbatore for the third day, demanding Jayalalitha's release.
We are fighting against the judgment given by the Karnataka Special Court because this is a false case fabricated and this is a horrifying judgment given by the Karnataka Special Court.
The AIADMK is confident that Jayalalitha will emerge unscathed and claimed the case against her fabricated. Her lawyers have filed a petition in the Karnataka High Court challenging her conviction and seeking bail. The case may be taken up on Tuesday by a vacation bench of the High Court. A stay on the conviction will nullify her disqualification as an MLA. Jayalalitha is presently lodged in the Parapanna Agrahara Central Jail in Bangalore along with 3 other accused. Jayalalitha was given a 4-year jail term and fined 100 crore by the Special Court in Bangalore in the 18-month-old disproportionate assets case. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And now it is time to get you all the election news in our special segment, Verdict 2014. Well, political campaigning for the forthcoming assembly polls in Maharashtra and Haryana has picked up. With about a fortnight to go for the elections, leaders have hit the campaign trail in these 2 states. BJP President Amit Shah and Haryana Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda addressed rallies to woo voters. In Maharashtra, MNS Chief Raj Thackeray has criticized the BJP for severing ties with Shiv Sena.
Haryana Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda is seeking a 3rd term when the state goes to polls on 15th of October. Contesting from Rohtak, Hooda has hit the campaign trail over the weekend. On Monday, he addressed a rally in Karnal's Tarauri. Continuing his tirade against INLD Chief Om Prakash Chautala and BJP, Hooda ensured to focus on farmers' issue. He questioned the previous BJP and INLD government's achievements regarding development.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी नीतिगत तौर पे कभी भी किसान और मजदूर और गरीब और मध्यवर्गीय लोगों की हितैषी नहीं हो सकती, छोटे दुकानदार की हितैषी नहीं हो सकती। ये तो बड़े-बड़े धन्नाटों की पार्टी।
BJP President Amit Shah also launched his party campaign in Haryana's Tohana on Monday. Speaking at the rally, he said that his party could ensure development with its government at the centre. He evoked Prime Minister Narendra Modi's development plan to woo voters. BJP is looking to exploit its good show in the last Lok Sabha polls in the state. However, its split with Haryana Janhit Congress may have an impact on its chances.
100 दिन के अंदर ही महंगाई पर काफी काम किया इस सरकार ने और आने वाले दिनों में आप देखेंगे कि धीरे धीरे इस 10 साल से बढ़ाई हुई महंगाई को किस तरह से नीचे लाने का काम ये मोदी सरकार करती है.
Maharashtra Navnirman Sena Chief Raj Thackeray criticized BJP for parting ways with Shiv Sena. Speaking at a rally in Mumbai on Sunday night, he said the former Sena chief Bal Thackeray would have ended the alliance much earlier. Thackeray said that Uddhav should immediately ask Shiv Sena's man in Modi's cabinet, Anant Gite, to resign as a mark of protest.
ते करणारच होते असं मला त्यांच्यातलीच लोक अगोदरपासून सांगत होती की आम्हाला युती करायचीच नाहीये, आम्हाला हे नकोच आहे. शिवसेना नाही कळलं, उद्धवला नाही कळलं, शेवटपर्यंत लाचारीने ठेवला तुम्ही. मी जर त्या ठिकाणी असतो ना, 1 महिन्यापूर्वी लाच मारून गेलो असतो त्यांना सगळ्यांना.
Thackeray also said that one of the first issues he would address if voted to power is affordable homes for people who stays in hutments or on rent. He also alleged that during the last 15 years, the Congress NCP government failed to provide good roads, water and electricity to the people of Maharashtra. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And here is a quick wrap of all the other political activities in the election-bound states in our special segment, Poll Puri. Formalities of scrutinizing nomination papers for the Maharashtra and Haryana elections were completed on Monday. In Maharashtra, 7,666 candidates have filed their nominations for the 288 constituencies. In Haryana, nomination papers filed by 1,972 candidates for the 90 seats will be scrutinized. The last date to withdraw candidature is Tuesday. Moving a step closer towards the unification of the old Janta Parivar, JDU and INLD has decided to go together in Haryana Assembly elections. JDU President Sharad Yadav announced the decision, saying both parties have had a good relation since the time of Chaudhry Devi Lal. On 5th of September, JDU leaders had attended a rally organised by INLD to mark the 100th birth anniversary of the former Deputy Prime Minister in Jind. After parting ways with the Congress, NCP is now looking for like-minded parties to tie up an alliance before the Maharashtra Assembly polls. The development comes a day after Samajwadi Party leader Abu Azmi accused Congress of betrayal for backtracking on alliance with his party. Last week, Congress had announced that it would join hands with the SP for the state elections. However, Congress later backtracked, saying it was not in favour of the alliance. Shiv Sena criticised RPI leader Ramdas Athawale for isolating it by forging an alliance with the BJP for the Maharashtra Assembly polls. In its party mouthpiece Samna, Shiv Sena claimed RPI's decision to ally with the BJP was influenced by hopes to ensure a place in the cabinet. The Election Commission scrutinized the nomination papers filed by candidates in Maharashtra and Haryana. The details of their assets are now available. In Haryana, the assets of top leaders like Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda and HJC's Kuldeep Bishnoi has gone up many-fold since the last elections. In Maharashtra, SP leader Abu Azmi and BJP's MP Lodha have assets running into hundreds of crores. Take a look.
Fortune has surely favoured some of the prominent leaders in Haryana, including Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda and Haryana Janhit Congress Chief Kuldeep Bishnoi. Since the 2009 polls, their assets saw a manifold increase. Seeking a third term, Chief Minister Hooda has witnessed an almost four-fold jump in assets, which are now valued at 8.82 crore rupees. For the assembly polls in 2009, Hooda had declared assets worth 2.7 crore rupees. Bishnoi saw his assets grow by a whopping 363% since the last assembly elections in Haryana in 2009. In the affidavit filed for the upcoming polls, Bishnoi has declared assets of 80.11 crore rupees as against 17.3 crore rupees at the time of the last state polls. Congress candidate in Hisar, Savitri Jindal, who is named India's richest woman by Forbes magazine, has declared assets worth 113.27 crore rupees, up by 159% from 43.68 crore rupees during the 2009 assembly polls. However, the wealthiest candidate in the fray is the Haryana Jan Chetna Party chief Vinod Sharma, whose total assets were declared to be worth 153.13 crore rupees. Sharma's assets grew by 75% over what he had declared in the last polls. In Maharashtra, Samajwadi Party leader Abu Azmi and BJP's Mangal Prabhat Lodha are two of the richest candidates in fray. Lodha, who has a flourishing real estate business, has declared assets worth 163.43 crore rupees. Azmi has declared assets worth 156.1 crore rupees. Former Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan has assets worth 13.81 crore rupees. NCP leader Ajit Pawar has declared total assets worth 38.82 crore rupees and has an annual income of 1.89 crore rupees. Former Minister Narayan Rane has total assets worth 72.44 crore rupees. NCP leader Chhagan Bhujbal boasts of total assets worth 21.47 crore rupees. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
All right, watch out for Rajya Sabha Television's detailed election coverage. Verdict 2014 every day at 7 and 10 in the morning and 6 in the evening. And let us get you all the other national news and updates in nationwide. More than 200 people were arrested in Gujarat's Vadodara city for the communal violence allegedly triggered by an image posted on the Facebook. The clashes started last Thursday. No violence was reported on Monday. Congress President Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi visited Jammu and Kashmir Valley almost a month after the disastrous floods there. Congress leader Ambika Soni and Ghulam Nabi Azad accompanied the Gandhis to the relief camp in Anantnag. Sonia Gandhi also held a flood review meeting with state party leaders in Srinagar. Home Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurated the 10th formation day of the National Disaster Management Authority. He expressed hope that an organization like this would play an important role in disaster management, rescue operations and raising awareness about disasters. All right, time to take a very short break here. Coming up ahead, new Afghan President Ashraf Ghani takes charge. This and much more after a short break. Welcome back. On to the big international story now. Well, in a historic transfer of power in Afghanistan, Ashraf Ghani has been sworn in as the new president of the country. Now, a lavish ceremony at the presidential palace in Kabul ended months of turmoil over a fraud-tainted election. The former finance minister's inauguration is the country's first democratic transfer of power since the fall of the Taliban in the year 2001.
New Afghan President Ashraf Ghani Ahmadzai is aware that a tough road lies ahead of him, with his presidency hinging on the success of the economy and security.
امروز ما ثابت کردیم که همدیگر پذیر شده. این همدیگر پذیری باید ما را در رسیدن به صلح پایدار کمک کند. تحکیم ثبات و تأمین امنیت بدون ختم حکومت‌های موازی میسر نیست.
Ghani has succeeded Hamid Karzai after a 3-month standoff over disputed election results that not only fueled tensions but also worsened the country's dire economic outlook. The matter was resolved only after the US and UN intervened. Moments after Ghani took the oath, Abdullah was sworn in as chief executive, a new role with powers similar to those of a prime minister, specially created to break the election deadlock.
نن په سلاویس پر قدرت انتقال کیږي له رئیس جمهور بل رئیس جمهور ته دا افتخار جای افغانان ته بل
اگر هر دو جنا تعهد به این بکنن که دولتداری خوب میکنن و فساد از بین میبرن هیچ مشکل نیست اگر همکار هم دیگر باشن اگر همکاری نکنن دور از انتظار نخواهد بود که باز هم همو اشتباهات گذشته تکرار شود.
At the very top of the new president's list will be how to keep this newly formed government together. The election system will have to be reformed quickly in time for next year's parliamentary poll. 6 months of uncertainty over the election outcome have impacted an already weak economy. Ghani will have to revive the economy. Ghani has taken over at a precarious time just ahead of the withdrawal of international combat troops by the end of 2014. Starting 2015, poorly equipped Afghan forces will take on the war with the Taliban. That brings Ghani to his next challenge, that of bringing peace to his country. Ashraf Ghani has said that the conflict in his country will be resolved through peaceful means, but he inherits a talk process with the Taliban which has so far gone nowhere. It will be interesting to see how Ghani overcomes these challenges across his war-torn country. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And news from Hong Kong now, where the pro-democracy rallies intensified on Monday as more and more people joined the protesters across the city. Now, riot police were pulled back after failing to disperse crowds overnight with tear gas and pepper spray. Now, this weekend escalation of the protests in Hong Kong threatens to strain a relationship with Beijing that controls Hong Kong under an arrangement of one country, two systems.
Crowd of protesters swelling by the minute in Hong Kong, stepping up their calls for democracy. Tens of thousands of citizens blocked roads, forcing schools, banks and shops to shut down.
I was there when they started the first tear gas. We were all armless people. You see here, we're using umbrellas to come protect ourselves.
Everything is calling me to come here to protest Hong Kong, to tell the Hong Kong government what we need. What we need actually, not the fake election. We need a real democratic election.
On Sunday, the protesters were met with tear gas and batons by the police. But the move backfired and instead spurred more people to take to the streets. Fresh protests sprang up in Causeway Bay and Bangkok in Kowloon. The government announced on Monday morning that riot police had been taken off the streets as the citizens had calmed down.
We strongly condemn the violent acts of some protesters. We now appeal to those who still occupy the road and leave the area as soon as possible so that the situation could be brought under control.
Hong Kong enjoys autonomy under the One Country, Two Systems framework and has long been promised universal suffrage for the election of the next chief executive in 2017. But protesters are angry at Beijing's plan to vet candidates for the elections. They want a free choice of candidates when they cast their ballots for the chief executive, something Beijing says is out of question. China has also warned other countries not to support what it calls illegal rallies.
是中国的香港，是中国的一个特别行政区，香港事务纯属内政。我们坚决反对任何国家以任何方式来干涉 中国的内部事务。
The non-violent civil disobedience movement was expected to start on Wednesday, but it kicked off at the weekend after students who were running class boycotts invaded the government compound at the Admiralty, which the police blocked off. Both sides are refusing to budge. The Chinese government is taking steps to limit information about the events by censoring internet search terms, while demonstrators are threatening to spread their protests further. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And the United States conducted fresh airstrikes against Islamic State bases in Syria. US-led forces launched airstrikes overnight, hit the Islamic State targets in the Syrian town of Manbij. This is the town on the northern border with Turkey, which Islamic State militants have been trying to capture from Kurdish forces. In eastern Syria, US-led forces bombed a gas plant controlled by IS, wounding several militants. The United States has been carrying out strikes in Syria since last week with the help of Arab allies, and in Iraq since last month. Meanwhile, Syria's army also carried out air strikes overnight, targeting areas east of Aleppo city. And here's all the other international news and updates in Global Buzz. In Japan, the search for victims missing in a volcanic eruption on Mount Ontake was abandoned on Monday over fears of toxic gases. The death toll in the incident rose to 36, with 5 more bodies being found today. Hundreds of hikers were caught unawares when the volcano erupted without warning on Saturday and started raining ash and stones. 2 people were killed and 18 injured when a giant pickup truck plowed into a group of onlookers in the Dutch town of Hakersbergen. The accident took place when the truck spun out of control during a stunt show. 7 Ukrainian soldiers were killed when a separatist shell hit their armoured carrier near Donetsk airport in eastern Ukraine. The attack took place despite a ceasefire on Monday. It was the largest loss of life among Ukrainian soldiers in a single incident since the ceasefire started on 5th of September. Pakistani opposition leader Imran Khan led supporters to Lahore in his campaign to unseat Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. Lahore is the Sharif's home base. Thousands of people wrote their support for the change. Pakistan has been in a state of turmoil since August when protesters led by Imran Khan, a former cricket star, and Tahirul Qadri, a firebrand cleric, stormed the capital. Well, we'll take another very short break. Coming up next, 2 more gold medals for India on day 10 of the Asian Games. Stay with us for more. Welcome back. News from Incheon, where there were more gold medals in store for India on day 10 of the Asian Games. Discus thrower Seema Punia and tennis duo of Sania Mirza and Saket Maineni won 2 gold medals on Monday. In all, India added 7 medals to the tally.
It was a spectacular day for the Indian contingent at the Asian Games on Monday. India bagged 2 golds, 2 silvers and 3 bronze medals. Discus thrower Seema Punia ended India's goalless streak in track and field events. She defeated strong Chinese rivals to bag the medal with the best throw of 61.3 meter. India's athletics team increased their tally to 8 with 2 more bronze medals as well. Women's meet trick miller OP Jesha and men's 3000 steeplechaser Naveen Kumar picked up a bronze each. The other gold came in tennis. Sania Mirza and Saket Maineni won the gold in the mixed doubles event. They beat the Chinese team in straight sets 6-4, 6-3. Saket Maineni could not add a second consecutive gold medal to his kitty. Saket Maineni and Sanam Singh settled for silver in men's double after losing final in straight sets 5-7, 6-7 to South Korea. Bajrang and Narsingh Yadav capped off India's freestyle wrestling competition on a high. Bajrang settled for silver as he lost to Masood Mahmood of Iran in a closely contested bout in 61 kg wrestling. Narsingh Yadav claimed bronze in the men's 74 kg freestyle event. With the addition of 7 medals, India moved to the 8th position with a total haul of 42. China maintained their lead with a tally of 238. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, that's all in this edition of News Tonight. Thanks for watching. Good night.